So, it's the next morning after the night that we poured our leveling concrete, and we were very excited to get downstairs and see how everything turned out. So, upon further investigation, it turns out that our self-leveling concrete project is turning into a nightmare. We have many issues going on here. As you can see here in the corner, we've got a gap that's probably 3/4 of an inch lower than the center part of our space, and then we end up with more gaps further down. As we go to the back, we have issues in many areas. As I'm walking, I can feel the low points and the high points. We have an area where the concrete, when we poured one bucket to the next bucket and tried to rake it, one had already started to harden and therefore created kind of a messy mess. We also have some bubbling going on in the concrete, which has actually created some raised issues that we're probably going to have to grind down from the concrete. So, as you would think, we are completely devastated and really have no idea what we're going to do since we're already halfway through the project. We've gone through more concrete than we thought, and we still have a ways to go. So we are now in the process of trying to decide whether we bring in a professional, which would be completely upsetting considering we put all this hard work and invested all kinds of money into this space, or do we try and fix it ourselves? So that is what we are weighing out. Or our final option would be a floating floor product that we have seen at Home Depot. So we're going to go back to Home Depot, and hopefully there'll be some pros there at the pro desk, and see if they can give us any advice. So back to you later. So we are back, and we are now inspecting our last pour of the concrete in certain areas. And in some areas it worked, and some areas we still aren't very happy with. So we've marked again areas that we're going to try and pour a little bit more of the self-leveling concrete, as well as we're going to get some regular cement, and we're going to trowel in certain areas that we feel still could be a little bit more smoothed out, but we don't want to we want to be able to control the concrete a little more. So we're hoping that with troweling it on in certain areas, that will help to get the last bit of this section of the floor level. We are then going to move on into the other half of the basement, and we'll talk to you then.